SB 184 is identical to SB 656 from last year. Just like many of my colleagues, we are resubmitting bills from last year that we thought were righteous and hopefully have a better result at the end of the exercise. It did receive 39 votes on the Senate floor on August 31st, with Senator Berryhill being absent. But on the last day of the ability to address bills on September 30th, Governor Brown vetoed the bill based on a false premise, but on a policy opposed to pension plan modifications. Governor Brown was under the impression that the plan amendments that were proposed in this bill would result in retroactive changes that were large and unbudgeted. He was correct on one of his three concerns. One, it was not retroactive. A component of the Public Employee Pension Reform Act, PEPRA of 2013, of which he and I actually collaborated on the retroactive component. So I would not violate my own policy. Two, it was not large. Our first actuarial study was large when we started this project. Well, it was a 2-year bill last session. But after careful review, the deferral component of the bill resulted in an unfunded actuarial accrued liability of some $20 million over 20 years. With interest, it would be about $2 million a year, but it's actually about $1 million a year. This was a very small cost to gain an incredible, perhaps priceless morale boost from the more than 1,500 members that are currently in JRS 2 that are serving on the bench. But three, however, he was correct in that the $20 million was not budgeted. So, Mr. Chair, consequently, we have such a budget request running concurrently with the progression of this bill as it moves through the legislative process. I have two witnesses who will reacquaint you with the need for the minor changes to the current cliff vesting formula in the original tier established in 1994. 25 years later, flaws have appeared that need correcting, flaws that no other employee groups are subject to in the state. While the Alliance of California Judges is the sponsor, yesterday we received a letter of support from the California Judges Association. So we see that as a very good sign. And I've also received a letter dated today with 587 judges that have supported, that are supporting this bill. So I'm delighted to have Judges Allison Lewis and Yvonne Campos to testify. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Your Honor. Thank you, committee members, for your time. It's very interesting to be on this side of the table. I just want to remind folks of what you already know about this bill from last cycle, and that is it just softens the blow of one of the harshest elements of the cliff vesting for JRS 2, in that there is not a single judge that would get $1 more in their pension $1 earlier under this bill. It just allows them, after they have their 20 years of service, to step off the bench and take care of their health. As a member of the bench who was diagnosed with cancer at age 44, this bill is personal to me, because I am one of those people who has to serve 25 years in order to collect a pension at all under JRS 2. And if I should have another problem with my health, I would like to be able to focus on that without having any negative effects for the pension funding itself, with no dollar for anyone earlier and no dollar more. So with that, I ask for your aye vote.
Very good. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Judge Yvonne Campos from San Diego County, and I wanted to thank you for the opportunity to meet you all. I am a former Senate fellow from the class of 1988-89. I served for Senator Gary K. Hart of Santa Barbara back then. I've heard he's been up here a lot. Some of you have had the chance to meet through the Bench Bar Coalition, which I come up for annually, and others of you through other organizations, but thank you again. I, too, am a judge that would have to serve over 25 years. I'm a Gray Davis appointee. The majority of your JRS 2 judges are going to be appointees of Governors Davis, Schwarzenegger, and Brown. I can tell you that a lot of my colleagues who asked me to speak on their behalf wanted you to know the following. One of my colleagues who spent the past 15 years, more than half of it, doing serious and violent felony criminal dispositions and sentencings. That means that he deals with the run-of-the-mill murderers, if you can say that, the run-of-the-mill rapists, the run-of-the-mill child molesters, the run-of-the-mill serious and violent criminals on a daily basis. He estimates he's handled over 40,000 sentences. If he has to serve between 20 to 25 years, which is what he would have to do under the current situation. He estimates that at least one of those 40,000 past felons will be back out, will do something again, and he risks losing his entire retirement and that of his families simply because he was doing his job. Our disposition departments are where 97% of all of our cases are handled. Less than 3% of our cases go to trial. This is where the parties, the district attorney, the city attorney, the public defender, or retained counsel stipulate to agreements. They plea bargain, and the judges that handle those or impose them have concerns, and I share those concerns. I've served primarily in criminal assignments, although the 3 years that I spent in juvenile court dealing with neglected and abused children were probably as heinous as any of the criminal cases that I've handled. So on behalf of all of the judges that I've spoken to, both from the Alliance as well as from the California Judges Association, we are grateful for your understanding of the needs of our branch, and we ask for your aye vote. Thank you.
Very good, thank you. Are there other witnesses in support? Please come forward.
Hi, Erin Ryberg on behalf of the California Judges Association. As Senator Moorlach said, we offer our support for SB 184. And as has also been said, this bill addresses the unique feature of cliff vesting under the JRS-2 system, a harsh feature, and a feature that would actually be illegal under ERISA in and of itself. The issue of cliff vesting under the JRS-2 system is one of several issues we see with the system, which is why the California Judges Association did introduce a bill in the Assembly, AB 979, that will also speak to the cliff vesting issue as well as some other issues, and we have been working with the senator and with the proponents to address these issues, and hopefully that bill will make it to your committee. And until then, we would like to offer our support for SB 184.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning. Kent Hamlin, Superior Court, Fresno County, and a Director of the Alliance of California Judges, urging your support. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you being here.
And John Adams, Superior Court of Orange County, I also offer my support. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Others in support? Seeing no one, is there anyone here in opposition? No one here in opposition. We have a motion from Senator Pan. I'm sorry? No, go ahead.
I've said move the bill. But
Oh, okay. Sorry, but Senator Pan moved it. Would you like to close, Senator Moore?
Colleagues, SB 184 is a long overdue fix that will assist this state by, one, removing a potential burden from a large segment of members in the third branch of government. It's very awkward to force them to work while they're going through chemo and the rest. So it addresses that concern. Two, it will provide improved employee morale for those in this tier. And three, making appointments to judgeships by our governor, it will make it easier as many find themselves at ages where entering the plan just doesn't pencil out. So consequently, I respectfully request an aye vote on SB 184, and thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Moorlach. We do have a motion from Senator Pan. This will be a due pass to Senate Appropriations Committee. Please call the roll.
Senator Hill?
Aye.
Hill, I. Morell?
aye.
Morell, I. Jackson?
Aye.
Jackson, I. Mitchell? Mitchell, I. Pan?
Aye.
Pan, I. Pass by vote.
5-0. The bill is out. Thank you very much.